Earth, planet, love, Earth, planet, planet, love your planet. I don't know. Hello, fellow Snarkatarians. What's up? It's Jess. How are you? I'm about the same. Thanks for joining me today. It means a lot that you're spending your time with me. I know we're all kind of probably going a little stir crazy right now, and what I've noticed is a lot of YouTubers doing a lot of empties videos, because I think we're kind of just staying inside. Obviously, hopefully we are not doing a lot of spending because we're a little unsure as far as where our income is going to be coming in the next few weeks, at least. I'm not sure. Currently I'm working, but that could very well change by the end of this week. So I am trying to limit the amount of things that are kind of extraneous from necessities, and just trying to use up what I have. So I have noticed a lot of YouTubers doing a lot of empties videos, and that's what we're going to be doing today. I have a bunch of things. Now, it's been about 5 months, let's be honest, since I've done an empties video, a repurchase or replace video. So I do have a bunch of things that I had used up probably between the fall or the summer and the fall. And I just thought it would be a good time to go through some of these things. Some of them I've gotten rid of recently. Some of them it's been a few months, but I've held on to them for such an occasion. So we're going to get started with it right now. One of the things that I had used and said that it would probably be in a follow-up video, empties video, is the Schmidt's Sage and Vetiver hemp seed oil enriched natural deodorant. I got this over the summer. It was probably maybe July or August that I had gotten this, and I had been wanting to try kind of a natural deodorant sort of situation without an antiperspirant, and this just kind of seemed like an interesting choice. I still have a little bit of it left, but I like the smell of it. It reminds me of summer so much right now, so I can't even really, I don't feel like I should be wearing it now, even though it is spring and it's nice and it's warm outside. It does smell kind of good, so I do like it. This may be something that I will use again, something I may repurchase. I just think at work right now, depending on the situation, there are days where I have really busy days and I tend to sweat. And even though I never really smelled sweaty, I just like a little extra protection depending, on certain days. So I might try something like this again. I like the smell of this. There were a few days where it did let me down. I had talked about a Pacifica underarm scrub that I like that really kind of helped with that. So I still have that. If I get something like this again, I will put that in the mix and use the deodorant scrub or the underarm scrub too. But for now, I may repurchase this at some point, but right now I have a couple other things that I want to get rid of first. I have a couple of face balms. We'll move to facial care, I think, right now. Which one did I use first? Oh, I think I got rid of the Physicians Formula Perfect Matcha. Can you see that? Why are you not telling up? The Perfect Matcha 3-in-1 Melting Cleansing Balm. I do like this one. This is a good alternative to the Clinique. I will repurchase this if I can't get Clinique on sale. I like using these balms as the first method of cleansing my face in my double cleanse routine. So yes, I will definitely repurchase this again. However, I do have a Clinique that I am working on right now. Speaking of Clinique, I did just finish this one and move on to a second one. This is probably hands down my favorite makeup removing balm. I've used this is probably the second one that I've used. I had gotten another one that I'm using now currently. I always try and buy it when it's half off or, a nice sale on it, because it is expensive. It's about $30, but you can get it. I know they had it the 21 Days of Ulta, the beauty sale, so you could get it half off, $15, which is certainly worth it. I think the Physicians Formula runs about $12 or something like that anyway. So if you can get this at a discount, I highly recommend that you do this. This is my favorite one, and I do have another one that I'm working on. So yes, definitely repurchase. I have gone through quite a few serums. If you've watched my channel since the beginning, you know that I use a lot of the Timeless Beauty Timeless serum. The two that I use in particular are the 20% C plus E plus ferulic acid, and then the Matrixyl Synthe 6 serum. This last time I ordered them, or the one prior, I did pick up the coenzyme Q10 serum, and I kind of use the Matrixyl and the coenzyme Q10 at night and in the morning. And then in the morning, I definitely use a C+E plus ferulic acid. These are gone. I like them. I repurchased them again. They did come out with a new bottle style for the vitamin C serum, which I understand why they did it. I don't know if it's my favorite way. As a matter of fact, I have it here. It is actually in a pump. It's a pump style here. And what's really nice about the bottle is that there is no air that gets into it. So it should last at least 3 months because you're not continuously taking the top off and letting air get into it. So it should maintain stable formula that you can use throughout the 3 months. You don't have to worry about it changing color on you or smell or potency. I just don't feel like with this pump I can get the same amount. I'm not exactly sure. I know that with this I could count 7 drops and know that it was 7 drops. This, it's really hard to tell. So I kind of pump it maybe 4 times, a couple drops come out, and it's about the same. But not my favorite, but I understand why they did it, and you know, I will most likely repurchase this again. Another serum that I used was the Ordinary Argireline solution, and I did want to try this. If you remember, I used it specifically for my dynamic lines, my forehead and my sidelines, which is specifically what this is for. It was one of those things where I wasn't really sure if it was doing anything. I felt like maybe it was, but I probably wouldn't know until I stopped using it. I unfortunately spilled the bottle at one point, so I only had about half the product in here, and I finished the rest of it up. I think maybe it did do a little bit as far as smoothing out, especially my forehead lines. I feel like I can notice those. It's kind of where I felt it was smoothing them out the most. It may have. It's kind of hard to tell. It hasn't been too long. It's probably been about a month or so since I ran out of this. I'm not going to repurchase this at this point. I don't necessarily think I've gotten anything to replace it. I just have a bunch of different serums that I like trying, moisturizers that I like trying, and kind of rotate every day. So I might give it another month and see if I really kind of notice my forehead wrinkles, my dynamic forehead wrinkles. and see if I notice more of a difference the longer it's been since I've stopped using this. We'll see. Oh, this one was very upsetting to me. I used this, gosh, probably a year ago. I'll link it above if I can. It was the my current favorite skincare, and this was something that was kind of gifted to me, not through PR or anything like that. Oh, it turned on me. I hadn't used it for like a month or so, and I wanted to put this back into my moisturizer routine at night, and it smells totally different. So I know it's kind of broken down a little bit and kind of gone bad, which is a shame because this stuff was lovely. By the way, this is the Verso Hydration Serum with niacinamide. It's Verso Skincare. And I think it's like Swedish or, oh, Stockholm. Yeah, it's Swedish. And I really, really like this. I like the smell of it. It's just absorbed into my skin really nicely, made my skin feel nice and plump without it being overly sticky or slimy or anything like that. It absorbed really nice and my skin was so soft, and I am really disappointed that this turned on me because it's expensive. This is not something that I'm going to repurchase anytime soon. So I have, like I said, a lot of other skincare that I like using and moisturizers. This is really great. I would have finished it up. As you can see, there's like half a bottle in there, but it turned on me and I'm really sad. I finished up a Mario Badescu facial spray. This was the Sage and Orange Blossom. And honestly, I've tried the rose water, or the rose, and I currently am using the lilac lavender. And this is my favorite scent. They are heavily fragranced, which I wish they weren't so fragranced. But of all 3 of those, I know there's a cucumber and aloe one that I haven't tried at all. But this Sage and Orange Blossom is probably my favorite one scent-wise to date. I always like the way it feels. I don't know if it's a necessary step, but obviously this is my second bottle. I've gotten a third one, so obviously I've repurchased. It's just a different scent. Something that I never thought I would get through, but finally did, is the number 7 Laboratories Line Correcting Booster Serum. This is another one that I use in my favorite current skincare I had mentioned. It's for your lines. I used it primarily on my under eye and my crow's feet dynamic lines and my forehead. This is the one that looks like a little injector, which I think is, there's a little bit in there. That's all right. But I thought the packaging was a really cool concept. I think it worked pretty well as far as that goes. I don't know that it did a lot necessarily. I didn't notice a lot of difference in my wrinkles. It's $40, so I did not repurchase. What I am currently using right now for my under eye, I think I got in one of my last BoxyCharm, the Juice Beauty Stem Cell Under Eye, whatever, moisturizer pump. And then I also got, I think, a Neutrogena retinoid something or other. So that's what I currently use. So this is, why I liked using it. Again, I don't think that it did much for me, and I'm not replacing it right now. We'll get a little bit into makeup right now. So I did go through a few brow products. One of my favorite eyebrow pencils that I have used for over the past year is the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro HD Brow Pencil. I think I can get it for like $6 on the BH website. They do, or at least they did sell it in Ulta. This was in the shade medium brown. I think it worked really well. It wasn't super creamy. It wasn't super stiff. I think it was a good color match for me. I have two of them here that I had gone through in the past couple months. I can't find them anymore. I don't even think I can get them through the BH website. They didn't have the color. It was out of stock for a while. Same thing at Ulta. They had two of them. They were on sale for like $3. Of course, they had two different colors, the one of which I needed, the other one they had, and the one I needed was out of stock. So I have not repurchased these. What I have done to replace them is I've gotten the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow in, is that medium brown? Brunette. And it's a little bit darker, but it's cooler, which I like, and I think it actually works well with my hair color and my coloring, skin coloring as well. So haven't been repurchasing these only because I can't. And we'll keep with the eyes. Some of my favorite mascaras that work so well for me are the ones from Ulta Beauty. It's their brand. I have the Twisted Volume one here that I finished up, and the Legendary Lengths. This is one of my ride or dies that I've been using for years. I get them when they're $10 or buy one, get one, buy two, get one free. This Twisted Volume one is fun. You can adjust. I don't know if you can see it. It kind of twists, and you can kind of adjust to the volume that you want. Number one, it doesn't twist at all. And by the time you get to number 4, it kind of the bristles start to twist around. So that was kind of cool. I like this one. I think I did repurchase it. I think it's floating around somewhere. I'm redoing my office to be kind of my office and makeup room. So I'm going through my makeup. Oh, I do. I see it. I do have a replacement for it. So that's good. I really like that one. And I also have the Legendary Lengths. I've repurchased that. I continue to use it as well, but they don't clump on me. They don't smudge. They don't flake. These just work really, really well, and I think they're pretty affordable. And then one more eye situation. It was the Wet n Wild eyeshadow single in Brulee. I should have picked up a bunch of these when I got them because I think they were like $1 each. But I finally got through this, and I use it as a shadow to go on top of my eye primer if I want to use something a little darker so it doesn't get patchy. But lately I really haven't been doing that anyway, so it's kind of no big deal. I can always find a cream shadow to put on top, but this is just super cheap and a nice color to kind of help cancel out any additional coloring or anything like that that's going on the eyelids that the primer didn't necessarily cover up initially. So did not replace. I went through a Flower Beauty In Your Prime Hydrating Primer. Again, it's one of my ride or die. I currently have another one. I have one that I'm going through, but when that one's done, I think I have, I think I saw it I showed it to you in my Ulta haul. I think it's Catrice. It's like a bamboo aqua hydrating primer that is, I thought was similar. This is more of a lotion. The other one's kind of like a gel primer. But they're both supposed to hydrate. I did use the bamboo one once, and I didn't have any issue with it. I thought it worked. I thought it worked well, and it was a lot cheaper. So I think this is like $12.99, $10.99, something like that. So I have one that I'm working on currently, but I have not replaced that one yet. So trying to break out of my shell here, step out of my box and try different things. I went through a Catrice Illuminating Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. I did repurchase this. I have it over there on my makeup table. I'm not a fan of rose scent, but this one is actually a little bit more, not necessarily as synthetic a rose smell, if that makes sense. Like the Mario Badescu, that rose scent is just, it just doesn't smell natural to me as far as a rose scent. This one actually does. And I do like, does give you a nice glowy, dewy finish on your face. I don't know if it necessarily makes my makeup last much longer, but again, it's really inexpensive and I did repurchase it. I have another facial care item here that I went through. This is the Pacifica Seafoam Complete Face Wash. I've used this for quite a while. I do like the Pacifica face wash brands. They have a whole bunch of different ones that I've used. The one that they don't carry anymore, that at least I can't find it, is their quinoa one, which is for sensitive skin, and I really, really like that. But before I started doing a cleanse, I would use this just as my initial, I might have used like a micellar water and then use this to cleanse my face. And I always thought it did a really good job as far as taking all my makeup off in one fell swoop. Didn't really have a lot left over on my makeup brush because I would use my Clarisonic or my Utilize brush, and I think it did a really good job. I did not repurchase this particular one. The one that I got is the Rose Kombucha Flower Powered Face Wash. And this is more of a creamier consistency. This is a little bit more of a gel. I think they're both about $10 each. They last me forever. You don't need a lot, but I do use this as a second step in my dual cleanse. And I use it with my Utilize face brush. And this is like really creamy, really foamy. Again, it's rose, but the kombucha tea kind of cancels out the rose. And I like the fragrance of this. I like it a lot. It's not overpowering. There's definitely a fragrance, but it's not, it smells kind of fresh. And I smell more of the tea than I do the rose. But I like this one a little bit more. I don't think it's as drying. It does just as good of a job taking my makeup off, but it keeps a little bit more moisture in my skin. I felt like this one, every once in a while, especially in the wintertime, it would really kind of dry out my face. So I did want to try something a little bit creamier, and this seems to be doing the trick nicely. A bunch of body care items, mostly just bath gels that I've finally used up. This was the Ulta Beauty Clover Blossom Moisturizing Body Wash, and I think I had this for at least 5 years. I would kind of put some in a travel bottle if I was going on vacation, but this smelled like spring, like rolling around in a grass field of clover. And it still smells so, so good. But this is not a fragrance that I ever really find or see at Ulta anymore, which is really unfortunate because I really like the smell of it. It lasted me forever, and I think it had a really nice, it was actually on clearance when I got it, so I think I got it for like $5. And it has shea butter, aloe, vitamins A, C, and E, and it had a really good foam on my sponge. And like I said, this seemed to last forever. You didn't need a lot of it, but don't use a lot of Ulta shower gels or bath gels, but this one I really liked, so you never know, I might try them again. Of course, there's stuff from Bath & Body. This one I had gotten for Christmas, maybe 2 or 3 Christmases ago. This is the Vanilla Bean Noel, and this is one of these things that I can only use in the wintertime. So I would use it a little bit, and then once spring and summer came around, I would kind of put this to the back of the closet because I'm not a huge vanilla scent kind of person. This one isn't too bad. It has a little bit of like creme brulee smell to it too, so but it's definitely a winter smell. So finally used this up. I think it took me about 2 winters to do it. And then finally, as far as the bath gel goes, I had the Pink Lily and Bamboo with Tahitian Monoi oil from Bath & Body Works. This one was lovely as well. This is definitely a spring and summer scent for me. Ooh, definitely. So I would also take this on vacation. But I think this took me about 2 summers to finish this up. I just don't use that much of these things. But I haven't repurchased any more. I think what I'm currently using is from Method, moisturizing one that I got at Target. So every once in a while I'll pick something up at Bath & Body Works. But like I said, right now I'm kind of keeping spending to a minimum. And then another thing that kind of broke my heart, when I remember to use moisturizers, I will. And one of the things, the Ultra Shea body cream from Bath and Body Works is one of my favorites. I think it just moisturizes really, really well. It gives me an extra boost of moisture to my skin. This particular one is the White Citrus that I had for several years. Again, I don't always remember to put on my moisturizer. Even in the summertime, I feel like I'm better at it because I'll do it after I shave my legs once a week or, you know, every 2 weeks. But this scent, I really, really liked it. Actually, it's weird because it reminded me of a cologne my dad had when I was growing up. And it was like this limey, I don't know, it smelled like lime, like key lime pie or something like that. And this is what it reminded me of. And this scent turned. I used it maybe 3 weeks ago or so, and it stinks. I can't use it. It smells like clay or something. There's a little bit of it there, but it's just shifting into a different scent, and there's a good amount in here, and I just can't use it. I don't want to smell like that. It's gross. So, I don't have any current do I? I have a Cactus Blossom one that I got for Christmas. It's not the Ultra Shea moisturizing one, but I did actually remember to use that yesterday. Didn't use it today, though. Totally forgotten. So, one more thing before we get into hair care. This is one of my godsends during the winter months. I get bloody noses, not to be gross, but I get bloody noses a lot, especially in the winter. They've kind of calmed down a little bit, but every once in a while, because it is allergy season, I will get them. But this Arm & Hammer Simply Saline Nasal Mist Extra Strength is really nice. It has a super, super fine mist. There's nothing in it anymore because it's empty. But I would use it in the morning and at nighttime, and it really helped, especially in the winter, to just keep my nasal membranes damp. And, you know, my body's weird. It's this one that always kind of is a little more troublesome than the other, and is very overly dramatic and likes to make a big show of everything. So this side gives me some problems, but this does help quite a bit. I haven't repurchased it yet. I had some trouble finding it, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just not looking close enough. I felt like I went into the cold aisle at Walmart and Target and just haven't been able to find it. So I'm hoping I'll pick another one up. This is probably my second or third one that I've had. It's good stuff. I like it. The rest is all hair care, shampoos, conditioners, masks, things like that. I had tried. Now, I am realizing that I've become a little addicted to the shampoo and conditioner situations, and I like to have at least 3 in rotation. I like to have a moisturizing one, I like to have a volumizing one, and then I like to have a purifying wash, something to just kind of get all the gunk out by the end of the week. Hairspray and gel and things that I've used in my hair. So this one that I had tried, I don't use a lot of L'Oreal products, but this is the Elvive or Elvive Total Repair 5 Repairing Shampoo. I used this, and the only reason I got this is because I wanted it to go with the conditioner. This was the Total Repair Damage Erasing Balm. And this I really liked, especially in the winter. Obviously, it's a tub. I've used most of it. Smells really nice, and I did notice a difference. My hair gets so dry in the winter, and this just did a really good job of keeping it moisturized and having it look healthy, and my ends were damaged. How many of you guys have damaged ends because your last hair appointment was 2 months ago and now you can't get in? I think I was supposed to have my last hair appointment about 3 weeks ago. Of course, they called to cancel. And I'll be like, oh, I'll just reschedule when all this is over. So, you know, I'll probably be getting my hair cut in about July at this point. And that's fine. I'll figure something out. It's actually not too bad today. But I did like this. I think once winter rolls around again, I will repurchase it and just have something on hand. It is nice to have a mask, kind of consistency conditioner to just kind of keep everything moisturized and looking healthy throughout the whole year. But I may repurchase this again once winter comes around. The shampoo is fine. I like using the shampoo that goes with a conditioner and vice versa. I think it's just supposed to work better that way anyway. Speaking of purifying shampoos and conditioners, it's the Pantene ProV blends. This was the charcoal in the pump. Oops. They had a few that came out at the same time. One was like a micellar one. I think one might have been like a rose, and then this was the charcoal. And the reason I went with the charcoal was that I would like to try at some point in my life the Briogeo kind of scalp purifying, cleansing one that's kind of gritty, and you can really kind of use it as a scrub. But charcoal is really supposed to purify and kind of clean out the gunk and everything that's on the roots and on the scalp, just to kind of keep your hair nice and clean. And I would use this probably once a week. What I really liked about it also is the pump. I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people that ends up using more shampoo than conditioner. So I'm always kind of running out of the shampoo before I'm running out of my conditioner. And that really annoys the crap out of me. So with this, I think it was nice with the pump. I would use one pump of each, and I knew that they are pretty much at the same point. One was going to run out at the same time the other one did. So I did like that, but I felt like this really did a good job purifying. I felt like my hair was nice and silky. It felt really clean. I love the smell of it. It's very kind of fresh. It's a very fresh smell, but I really like it. I can't find this anymore either whenever I go to Walmart. I got it at Walmart. That's usually where it's the easiest place for me to go on my way home from work if I need something, and I can't find it anymore. So I have not repurchased these. I am looking for something that is somewhat similar. I noticed Earth, Planet, Love, Earth, Planet, Planet, Love, Love Your Planet, I don't know, is something that I'm using right now, and I did see that they have a charcoal one, so I might want to try that. Although the shampoo, as much as I like the smell of it and I think it makes my hair look really nice, it is really hard to work with. The conditioner is fantastic. So that's probably one. Planet, Earth, Love, Love, Earth, and Planet. Love Your Planet and Earth. Whatever it's called. You should do that anyway, but yeah. Finally, I usually have this in all of my Empties videos. All of them. This is my third one. This is a Tresemme Stronghold Touchable Feel number 4 hairspray. And then I also have a travel size for when I went on vacation. Oddly enough, that's when I used it. But I probably go through one of these. I usually always get a 2-pack. If I see them at Target or Walmart, I will always get a 2-pack. For whatever reason, this is just, I have tried that Micro Mist one, and it just doesn't do anything for me. I feel like this gives me a good amount of hold. It does not, like, my hair doesn't feel crinkly or crackly. Doesn't make my hair feel chunky or crunchy or anything like that. I think there's a good amount of softness with it, but I get a lot of hold with it too. I keep getting these. I haven't found anything that I like better. And, you know, I'm going to be stubborn in that and take a stand that it's the best hairspray right now, at least for me. And that's it. That's everything that I have in my Empties. I will probably be getting more as this quarantine stays in effect, which is good, but I hope everybody is staying safe. I hope people are following precautions. If you do have to go out, I hope you have a mask. It can't hurt. I went out yesterday and I haven't been through town for about 2 or 3 weeks, and it was weird. It was Saturday night. It was weird. I was going to pick up some food from one of our favorite local places, and it's just a surreal time. So if you like these kind of videos, please give me a thumbs up. I like watching them because you know that it's something that I've gone through, that it's stood the test of time. I have used it. I have a thought as to whether I like it or not. It is definitely a yay or a nay. And some of these I've used so many times that I definitely have a feeling on them one way or another. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell, and follow me on Instagram and I guess Snapchat now too at Pesky Snarkatarian. I hope you are all being safe, you're being smart, and most importantly, be kind to one another. Stress levels run high when there's a lot of uncertainty going on right now, but try to be kind to each other. We will get through this, and I will definitely see you in my next video, guys. Bye.